get you some
Did it in the
some other
cars. I like
assistants to
crystals.
work on that sniffing of the kitty litter.
Oh my goodness,
I
I
like
drip.
crystals.
Sorry.
Okay, we got the drip. Okay,
I'm
we got
sorry.
one other person in here.
I did. It made me
Sir,
sneeze.
what is your name and what is your problem? 'Cause we're here to support each other. I think
Yes.
we can do.
Yes.
So first of all, y'all nasty.
What?
I wait,
This is a support
facilitator.
group.
This is a support group
Yeah.
to be
No
called
judgment.
nasty.
No judgment here.
Hey, first of all,
No,
first of all,
Judgment is fine.
first of all, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I've been in this group for quite some time. Y'all knew.
I know that we knew, but we come here for support.
So look, first of all, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Again, y'all nasty. Get some Vicks Ave, whatever. Miss Kitty Little Lady, that was not a Tootsie Roll. Okay, that was not a Tootsie Roll. Miss Marisol.
In Marisol, please say it correctly. If you go Holy Story.
Lysol. I just call it Lysol.
Aerosol, man call, whatever. With your drip, that may not be what you think it is.
Mira, if you're gonna disrespect me, can you at least tell me your name?
Okay,
like who
look.
are you?
Okay, look. The director, he knows who I am. My name is Fred.
Well, hi, friend.
Okay, my
Somebody
name is
got a
Fred.
cat.
And see, again, it's my
She's
time.
just going out of order. I mean,
It's my time.
Mrs. Kitty Litter. When is the last time you've had kitty litter?
Yep. See.
Before I
again.
came to class. Before
Okay,
I came
well,
to
we're
group.
gonna ask you to respect Fred while he's doing his time
I'm sorry, Fred.
and be mindful of your sniffing.
Thank you.
My cat's name.
When I want to come clean, when I want to voice myself, I would like not to be interrupted. Okay. Again, my name is Fred. I'm a carpenter, and my problem is sniffing old carpet. Okay. Now, unfortunately, it's one of the downsides to the job because I have to be near carpet. I don't like to enhance my problem, but it is what it is. Old carpet.
Okay,
New carpet.
so Fred, we worked on this before. What does old
We
carpet
did.
sniffing do for you?
So you really don't know a person till you understand how they live, right?
Yeah.
You know, okay, there's not a lot of it. See, she about to sneeze.
No, sorry, the dripping is too much. I need my medicine. It keep
So-
making me sneeze too much.
So we can help Marisol record. Marisol, what I need you to do
Yes.
is to tilt your head back.
Till my head back?
Yeah, tilt your head
That's
back.
nasty.
Tilt your head back. Just tilt it up. Yeah, that's gonna solve your problem. You tilt your head completely back, and if you drown on your thing, we still solve the problem. But keep your head back. Don't hold your head
Actually,
down.
if you leaning forward, it'll drip in the carpet.
We don't want it to drip on the car. We want because she's
I'm
sniffing
sorry.
a lot, and
I'm
we want
sorry.
Marisol to hold your head back.
Hold it back like that. Do
Just
it like back like this.
Keep it all the way up. Keep it all the way up, and let it drain down the opposite way.
Look, as I was saying,
Okay, Fred.
as I was saying, you understand how people live once you see how they live. Has anybody really understand the power of the carpet? You got pets, you got food smells, you got feet smells. All depending on your sexual activity, you can have booty juice smells.
Ay,
There's a lot of smells. You can tell a lot about a person. I learned about Michael Jackson. I did Michael Jackson's house one day.
So smelling old carpet arouses you, huh, Fred?
I didn't say arouse, even though it might be right.
Fred,
Arouses
that's
you.
nasty.
That's not nasty.
Yes, kitty litter.
It's Katrina.
Okay, kitty litter.
I'd like to make a recommendation for Fred if I can.
Okay, let me hit. I don't think I want to hear this recommendation. Let's go ahead.
I got some old carpet he can smell.
Fred, I don't think you want to smell her old carpet.
Wait a
She's
minute.
got kitty litter and stuff over there.
No, I carry my carpet with me.
Oh,
Fred, I
look,
don't
she-
want you to smell that carpet, Fred.
I don't know, man.
She likes playing with kitty litter, Fred.
Mr. Facilitator,
I don't know, man.
I don't think this is working. Can we try again, like next week or
Okay,
something?
yeah. I think we're gonna have to.
Because I can't stop my nose from
I'm gonna
dripping.
need you to hold your head back.
Okay, I hold it back.
Miss
I hold it
your
Aerosol,
head back.
Miss Aerosol, I got 2 more classes before I get my gold star. You are not going to stop.
Okay,
You
so
get
here's my
minutes.
recommendation for everybody. I think each of you
Okay.
can help each other.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll take your
Aerosol,
card.
I need you
Marisol.
Marisol, Lysol, I'm gonna need you
Why you gotta
to
holler?
get with Miss Kitty Litter and get some of that kitty litter and put it up your nose, cause that'll catch all of the drip.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah. And Fred, Miss Kitty Litter has offered you to sniff the carpet she has at her house.
No, not at my house. It's right here. Here,
I know what she's talking
smell
about.
this.
I know what she's
No,
talking
Fred, I wouldn't smell that.
Sniff
Fred.
my finger.
I wouldn't smell the fingers, Fred.
about. It's got to be on the carpet.
It's from the carpet.
No, it's got to be in the carpet.
Okay,
So this is my number.
thank you.
Yeah, I think y'all two make a great couple.
Okay.
I don't know what you can do with that kitty litter though, Fred. If you rub yourself in your body in kitty litter, and then she'll be happy.
Okay. I'll have to discuss that. That's another fetish.
All right, so we'll do that. So that's all the time we got for this week, guys. Next week, make sure you are working on the techniques I said, so we
Okay.
can get you cured of your affliction with sniffing.
Okay.
My affliction.
Thank you.
Hey. I smell Tootsie Rolls.
Y'all stupid.
Tootsie Rolls.
For everybody that just joined in and didn't know what you got yourself into, this is the Kiss Radio Show. We're doing something new for 2021. This is our improv live skits. We're going to introduce some. We're trying out some material and see how
Yeah,
it
we're
looks.
trying them out.
That was a good one.
I like that one. The kitty litter though,
That was scary.
Hey, that was her
and she
issue,
like
right?
it's the Tootsie Roll, so she ate it. See?
wasn't a
No, I said I
No,
sniffed it.
she
He gave
sniffed
me
it.
his
She
phone
thought
number.
it was. I'm saying though, y'all not gonna disrespect Marisol.
Okay,
Okay.
Lysol.
Okay. I was Lysol. I was aerosol.
I know.
Listen, he don't call our habits nasty.
I know.
They are
Come
very
on.
There's
nasty.
no
I like
judgment
to
in support
sniff.
group.
No, you got to understand.
we
I'm
gotta
the
be
senior
honest.
member. I got seniority.
Got some carpet for you to
Let me
smell.
reset the room.
Lysol, aerosol.
Everybody, this is the Kiss Radio Show Live. You had just listened to the skit. It's called Support Group. Moderator is the one and only Cornelius George. You know what? And I think sometimes we might just kind of throw it out there. If anybody has any suggestions, we'll just play it out.
Ah,
Yeah, put it
that'd
in the
be
chat.
nice.
But that's
Yeah.
good.
in the
That's
chat.
good.
I like
Sharpen
that.
up our chops. I
Yes,
love it.
yes.
I love it.
Gonna do some shout outs. Jarvis, what's going on? Paula, I see you.
Hey.
Welcome
He
to
said
the
there's
room.
no sound.
Yeah, I just turned it on.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what?
Not just now, but
Oh, okay.
we were in the show about 10 minutes before I got that one. So
Okay.
it's all good. They can hear us now.
Okay.
But topic of the day was about 45 supporters' passions versus BLM supporters, terrorist acts.
Yeah. It's they're passionate, right?
Yes.
And we're terrorists.
They're true
Wow.
patriots.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So,
Passion.
again, Vasir mentioned about definition, and everybody knows I'm big on definition. I just love how they titled things. You can see how it could be just kind of rolled over.
Depending upon who it is.
Depending on who it is, passion versus terrorist acts, love versus whatever. It's just interesting how in certain media can't decipher the difference, or they don't want to.
No, it's intentional.
Yeah.
They know the difference
So
because
but-
they're very careful about how they choose their words.
Correct. Correct. But they looking at it and it's like, why are they doing this? It's like, so after all of this, and once it's over, they're still going to rationalize it was either somebody else, white-faced, or some other, nationalistic group that was doing this to portray 45 supporters, even though everybody there were in red hats, blue Trump flags. I was just mentioning to Vasir, there was one that had Trump 2024.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Hey man,
I mean, it really just speaks to, honestly, and this is where, like, first I was upset. You get angry, and then I really started to get sad. Because I'm like, it just really let you know the state of where our country is and just how people, now listen, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, I respect whatever you are.
Right.
Right?
Keyword respect.
Respect. And
the
so,
definition
but at some point, that's when you have to stand down. And I guess that's why, like, Pence was like, listen, I got to keep it moving. I'm like, I
Right.
still have a political career. There's a lot of Republicans that are saying, hey, look, we need to move on. We need to start our road to healing. And I'm like, it just makes me sad to know that people are really following him. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm like, are they a little touched in the head too?
No, so
Because I mean,
this is my
it's just
theory.
that much hate.
Yes, it is.
You
This
just-
is
it's
my
just that
theory on
much
this.
hate.
So understand, it's always been there. It's been
True.
under the surface, right?
True.
This is actually the first time you have somebody in public office that's able to publicly say things like that, and they can identify with. So now that
Right.
in their mindset, that's giving them, you know what? If he can do it,
Dog whistle.
Oh yeah, it just it's like, hey, we got somebody that
It
speaking
incenses
for us,
them.
you
and I
can't
feel
tell
comfortable.
me
Right.
when the president himself is saying this is the way we're supposed to handle things and this is the right thing to do. So guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to side with him. He gave me the green light to act the fool.
I'm not sad at all, not one bit.
I mean,
No, I grew up in the South, and my
Okay.
grandparents have always told me stories about how people acted during the civil rights
Okay,
movement,
right.
even in the 30s. How when they didn't get their way, they acted a certain way.
Absolutely.
Look at the Emmett Till situation. So
Yes.
this is not a surprise. This is not sad. You not go, oh my God, how can people? They've always done this.
Yeah.
This is not
You're
new.
right, you're
This
right.
is not new. They've always done it. They're upset because Trump didn't win, and I'm more upset with anybody. It'd be the politicians like Ted Cruz who were playing into this.
Absolutely.
And instead of just saying, "Hey, accept the fact that you didn't win,
Right.
let's
Right.
move the country forward." No, we're
Right.
going to go through all these baseless claims and do all this stuff. And then today, you're going to get up there and say, "We're going to object the electoral college, and we should decide ourselves." No,
said-
you're playing right into the hands of those people,
I did
and
not
you're
know
giving them license to do it because you want
Wow.
political clout. Because Trump has a stronghold on the Republican Party,
But now-
and nobody has the balls to stand up to him and say enough is enough.
But now after seeing this, and they some of them are going to realize that they can get it too. Period. If they won't stand with
They
him
can get
publicly,
it?
they can get it too, and they are just as much under the bullseye as anyone Democrat may be as well.
Watch the
I
ones
mean,
just stand-
right
watch them just
now,
say the same thing.
they're talking the doggone the 25th Amendment, possibly. Trump only has 2 more weeks left, and they're talking to Mike Pence. Could you think maybe kind of sort of in the case of removal of the president from office, or if his death or resignation, the vice president shall become president. And they're asking, can Mike Pence actually do this at this point? Because I don't know why. It's like some people are just now waking up to realize the type of person or reality star they put in the White House 4 years ago. Like all of a sudden, it's like, oh,
Narcissistic ass.
isn't he? Isn't
Call
he?
it what it is. We ain't
Isn't
gonna be
he?
playing with-
yo,
So like you said, look, he got 2 more weeks, right? That's just, and I don't know why my mind went back to this. It's kind of like, Craig, how you get fired on your day off?
He got 2 weeks
You
left.
couldn't
and
wait
they
till
need to get him
you-
out. They need to get him out of office.
If ride this thing to the wheel falls off was a person, he would be the person on the picture. I mean, he's a meme.
He's a mean
This is
one.
ridiculous.
Because they still want their political clout because they saw that he had 70 million people vote for him,
Yeah.
which is by far the largest number of anybody who received votes in a losing election.
Correct.
By far. So they see the kind of stronghold he has, and they still need him because they're cowards.
Yeah.
They won't stand up and say, "Hey, man, you lost our Constitution in this way." But you know what Mr. McConnell say in November? We just gonna let him do his thing. No, stop.
Again,
Spoiled child.
Exactly. So it's just like evicting somebody that's been tearing up your house for the last 4 years, and now that they finally got their eviction notice, they busting down the walls, they tearing up the furniture, and
like,
they,
why you kicking me out?
right. You ain't paid rent in 4 years.
Man.
Listen, it's crazy. And like Cruz, for instance, he's putting up this last-ditch effort trying to go against the Electoral College certification at this particular point, which is stupid. Additionally stupid because of what has transpired at this point. He looks exceptionally stupid, right? With his counterparts, I think it was like 2 or 3 more of them that were going to try to hold up the certification. You guys have achieved absolutely nothing. You like total buttholes at this particular point. And as far as political suicide, I'm not a political person. I personally think they may have committed suicide.
I hope so.
So first of all, this has never
Political suicide. Let me be clear.
this has never been a political thing with him. Let's just make that clear. This
He's
is all
so in
about
love.
it's about a popularity race.
Yeah.
And it's about him having this anarchist type power that he wants to keep. He, Cornelius said best. You got a doggone kid that's having a tantrum,
Yes.
and now the parent you trying to discipline an older kid right now that you done gave him full reins to do whatever he's been doing since he was born. Now all of a sudden you trying to chastise him or punish him. He ain't listening to you.
I know the Republican Party need to tighten up on their vetting of candidates going forward because,
come on.
I mean, you're talking about 45 acting like a child. There had to be some place where it was like you have to be this tall to ride this ride, and somebody looked right past that.
Like,
Like-
so anybody could
When
just
he
run
ran in
for president?
2016, we
Right.
saw that. In 2015, when they were doing,
Everybody saw it.
Dear Republicans, please listen to me closely. Dear Republicans, if you did not do this amount of protesting in 2008 or 2012, you just make yourself look like a complete idiot.
Okay.
You didn't do it when Obama was first elected. You didn't do any of this stuff here. Now all of a sudden Trump comes in and now y'all
This is
lose y'all damn mind.
Because it's beyond politics. Now you're starting to get to the heart of people.
You're an idiot.
It's
Yeah.
not about
I
politics.
agree.
The
I
moment
agree.
this guy started doing reality TV show, he started realizing how many people he really influences. And then the type of person he is, that's what he loves right now. It's not about actually maintaining the house or maintaining a nation and putting it at its best foot forward. It's about every opportunity he can get. I mean, think about it. The moment he was elected, the moment when he got in office, he was going towards all the wrong people, creating alliances. Why?
Somebody need to get this fool a pimp chalice.
Why?
Seriously, ugh.
And just like you said, there should have been some type of. Hold on, wait a minute. Mr. Trump, I don't think you were aware. When you take this office, there are certain things that you don't do.
Oh, they did tell him that.
No. So, but there's these requirements, right? And if you don't abide by them, then you lose your seat immediately. They kept giving him a pass. They kept giving him a pass.
Integrity is not part of that office.
Listen.
This is above and
You know,
beyond.
how many writers, how many people he probably had, prepping him for meetings and stuff. This man is so into himself.
You actually think he listened to him?
That's what I'm saying. He did. He did.
I mean, even there was I can't remember what situation it was. There was the preparation, but they were mad because as soon as he got behind the podium, he went totally off script. He did whatever he wanted to do, say whatever he wanted to say, and you could see the camera pan over to whoever that person that was representing him or vetting him at that time, just face of disgust. So after a while, when you're dealing with somebody, they're asking for your assistance, this is allegedly, you do everything you could to put them in the best foot forward, and then they do whatever they want to do. Eventually, that person's gonna be like, you know what? I'm good. I ain't doing this no more because you asking me to do all this work to help you.
Best example of what you just said is what's her name? The sister who worked for him, who was on The Apprentice.
Yes.
What's her name?
Omarosa?
Omarosa.
Yeah. I'm outside the car, whatever her name is. Hit it with a bus. Whatever her name
Ponderosa.
is. Whatever her name is. She's a perfect example of you see that this runaway train is going to wreck, but you're going to play the dangerous game because it is a success. He is by far the most polarizing person in the world.
Unfortunately.
And people are going to pay him for that after he leaves
He
the
had
office.
150 million people vote.
Yeah.
Think about it. 80 million voted against him. 70 million voted for him. He had 150 million people vote.
Yeah. But this is the thing. The people that's actually voting for him, what they support, they're supporting him acting a fool. Not that he's a good person to represent them. They're supporting him because I want to see what else he gonna do. That's stupid.
That's his tribe. We all talk about our tribe. He has the influence of 70 million people.
So have those 70 million people now put themselves on the target.
Some of
so
them
now
are-
we know who they are.
Some of them realize, like, okay. Jim Jones had a big following.
Yep. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh man.
I mean, hey, man.
Resetting the
Success
room.
is crazy.
Yeah, resetting the room. Kiss Radio Show live. Hey, normally we have a different show. If you just tuning in, you missed our skit we're trying out. Support group. Cornelius is the director of the support group, and the rest of us we get to play out any character that's going on in our head.
We do.
Cornelius, I got to point out a couple of things. We saw it earlier.
Okay.
Right before the show started, that the ladies in the room are very militant today.
Hell yeah.
Are we militant? I mean, I thought we looked kind of cute.
I didn't say
actually.
you didn't look cute, but
I was
based
feeling the
off of-
spirit.
obviously. For those that
yeah.
can't see, both of them in camouflage, black hats. I'm surprised they are not armed.
They might be.
What?
Notice Mo didn't say anything.
They might be. They packing.
Don't say it like that. You know, it's
Look,
packing.
look at her face.
What?
They packing.
Yo, Twitter has threatened to suspend 45's account.
They should.
Whatever.
But are they?
It's
For
a
the
threat.
first time, they have locked
He got
Donald Trump's account.
2 weeks.
What?
Yes.
Man, whatever.
No, the amount of damage, see, but that's the thing about it. The amount of damage he's done so far. But I want to bring up another great point. Besides 45, he did something great on yesterday.
You want to pinpoint that one?
Yeah, he assisted in David Perdue and Loeffler losing. Great job, number 45.
Yes.
You were very instrumental in them losing.
Yes.
You were very instrumental in them losing
Yes.
and turning the entire legislative
World.
branch
Blue, baby, blue.
Man.
We control the House, the Senate, and the executive branch.
Okay, so
Appreciate you.
maybe it's because I'm looking at things wrong. He was saying make America great again. It had nothing to do with him. It was having do what he does for everybody else to rally up.
You know,
To make America.
if he had real
great
good
again.
PR, they should spin it. You know, they could spin it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, his whole plan was to turn everything blue again. And so he had to act this way for this result. And we were a success. I promise you, he's going to claim credit somehow.
He gonna claim it somewhere.
He doesn't have good PR. He doesn't have good PR.
So my next question, of course, I'm
Okay.
thinking of something.
Okay.
These nuclear codes get reset, right?
Yes.
Please.
It's not like one code every day, same thing.
No,
You know,
they reset the
I
codes.
don't know.
It ain't like a fob that he carries on his keys.
Oh, no.
He like, as soon as he leaves office, he's like,
They need to
I'm sorry, the
declare
movie
him
say they call it a
incompetent.
football, right? They call it it's a case with the, you know. I'm just
I don't
saying.
know. I don't know.
I want to know.
The number is
You know, I don't know.
777-9311.
Marisol don't know. Marisol don't came back.
Look, Marisol needs to know.
I know,
You know,
right?
does he still got the keys to the back door? Can he,
Right.
You
They
know-
got to rekey. They gonna
That's
have
a
to
great
rekey
question. I think we all
everything.
should just ask.
Biden wake up one
Yeah.
time?
Question.
Look,
Trump's
ask
in the
Google.
kitchen.
They
They
feel
fixing
at
the
this point, he's
sandwich.
just like, he don't give a damn anymore. He's just doing whatever.
He don't
At this
care.
point, like, he has not addressed the COVID issue. He's still president. For
Man.
He
two
doesn't
weeks, he
care
hasn't
about
addressed
COVID.
anything.
Have you ever
other
had
than
a
his own
job?
personal gain.
Have you ever had a job where you put your 2-week notice in
You ain't
And
doing
you
it.
just don't care.
and you don't do nothing on the job? You're like, I ain't doing no reports. I ain't doing nothing.
What y'all gonna do? Fire me?
I'm gonna put my notice in.
See, in his case, he can get fired.
Like what?
Like, they could take me, fire you, but then what they gonna do?
Look,
You got fired 8
He
days
still get
left in the job.
benefits.
You're like, hey, I'm still gonna be.
look. I don't want to.
Melania is nowhere to be found.
She gone.
She filing papers.
You didn't see the rider truck in front of the White House?
Oh, here we go.
She
You didn't see that? You didn't notice?
A long time ago.
Okay. So, yeah,
she trying to get her own visa revoked.
I just don't want Biden
I don't want to be a citizen
to
no more.
wake up and want a snack and, Trump's in the kitchen fixing a sandwich. You want some?
That ain't
Wait,
gonna
with his
happen.
McDonald's. Because that's what he loves, right? He
He is
having
not
his
going to
McDonald's.
be there.
Let's okay, this is a free spirited show today. Let's put the elephant in the room. Was it just me, or was he super proud of the McDonald's that he brought in there?
He was
Because
very
he was
proud.
like,
No, he really loves McDonald's, and I think
He kept
there was a
feeding
group that he
people.
came like anytime like
The
I think the
athletes.
kids came or whatever.
Athletes.
He ordered them McDonald's.
Who
Give
came?
athletes McDonald's.
Thank you. Who came?
Athletes
And you gave
give them McDonald's.
So
He
look,
was probably serving a McNasty.
But the problem with that is though, every other president who's done that, they never served them food. So he was the first one to serve them food.
what
Big
else?
whoop.
oh,
I mean, but
snap.
yeah, so he's
Okay.
never so like they just come to take a picture, then they leave.
Big,
But he,
Oh, that's right.
Again.
It was a
yeah.
super,
So he's
I'm
he
sorry.
did something. I mean,
I'm sorry.
that other people didn't do.
Y'all know this house, and I'm nowhere trying to compare myself to any president of the world, but let's understand this. If I request anybody to come by to see us, to visit, to hang out, y'all know this one over here don't do any type of simple spread up.
No,
Right.
she does not.
Okay.
No.
All right. So again, if I had ever
Ever.
asked somebody to come around here,
I'm not feeding the McDonald's.
and she's like, "Well, what are you feeding?" And I go, "You know what? I'm gonna go down the street and get some Burger King." I'll be like Jazzy Jeff going out that door.
Seriously? I do like
nothing
Burger
wrong- ain't
King.
nothing
I
wrong with
mean,
that.
you
No
know.
Respectfully,
Burger
we
King.
eat, Burger King every now and then and
I'm
stuff
not
like that.
disrespecting it. I'm talking about, you
But
know
that's
what,
not what I'm
honey?
gonna
Yeah.
serve my guests. I'm gonna invite them to the
Thank
house.
you. You know,
Right.
I'm
I-
on the
I
way
know.
back from the office or whatever, and baby girl say, "Hey, honey, I really don't feel like cooking today. Can you pick up something quick?" That's where, this Burger King and the quick stuff happens.
Which reminds me, we have to run out after.
Yeah,
the
we
show.
gotta go.
I've seen.
But this is not every day,
Right.
But if we have guests in the house, we gonna at least up our game. Let's front.
I might not cook it, but I'm gonna book it.
I've been
Listen.
to a wedding before that had the cheese whiz can and crackers on every table.
Don't like
do
you.
that. Don't
I
say that. Don't do that.
Hey,
Don't
people,
do that. Don't say that.
You
Don't-
gotta do it within a budget.
Are you
Hey, look.
serious?
Why am I playing? I'm not playing.
The
I've seen a wedding reception take place at the Golden Corral.
Hey, if that's what
No,
they
wait a
can
minute.
afford.
No,
The bride is walking through around the buffet line. I'm like, you didn't even fix the bride plate.
Hey,
Like
they
all
got
in
steak
line.
at the Golden
Like
Corral.
I don't care what you listen. People gonna do what they do.
Listen,
We
you have to
talking
work within
about
your
a
budget.
different scene.
No, we ain't talking about the different seat.
Man, come
Hey,
on.
listen, he is a fast food junkie. He like, listen, I'm gonna get. I know everybody. I got 100 guys coming. I know y'all like McDonald's because y'all in school.
Look, let me have a president's seat. Guess what? All of y'all eating good.
We better.
I know.
It ain't coming out of my pocket.
Well,
He
he's
coulda
not
went out to the-
presidential.
He could have went out to the stamps office,
Look.
the snaps office, and
First
got
person-
some extra benefits and gave everybody a card.
Thank you. I would rather take that than a big man. First call, I'm calling Chef Willie Wallace.
Yes, Lord, call him. Call
Chef
his name.
Willie Wallace got him on speed dial. Guess what,
Yes.
sir?
Wait a minute. Okay,
You are.
who's that? Come on.
You don't know about Chef Willie Wallace?
He calling Chef Willie Wallace. You know who I'm calling?
Chef Willie.
Oh.
I'm calling Chef Boyardee and the people that make the vine and sausages in the
Listen.
can.
Ew.
With the toothpick. I'm gonna be fancy with
Don't
it.
forget the barbecue sauce and the saltine.
With the toothpick. And with the extra
Listen.
jelly on there too. With the
So look,
Chef Willie.
Chef Willie Wallace, he is actually the chef for the West, Kanye West, as now because it's an alleged divorce that's about to happen.
Whatever. We're not
But
going there.
he travels and
Okay.
he's on the show. Was it
Hot ones.
Hot Ones? Great friend of mine.
He's hearing.
He's here in Atlanta.
Can we have him prepare something?
One day.
Can we define what you're talking about? Have him?
Wow. I really gotta watch what I say around.
Yeah.
saying.
You two.
Keep trying to.
Can
tell
we
you.
have? I know you've tried to tell me.
We're working
that.
on that. We're working.
Okay.
We're actually working on
Awesome.
that. We got a nice
Yeah.
size kitchen.
Yes.
We need that work in there.
That's
he make,
awesome. Shout out to the chef.
But I
gourmet
mean,
hot dogs?
yeah, he'll do some killer hot dogs. So I'm talking about an individual that is top of his game, right? And you gave him a green light to create his executive chef staff. He's already amazing by himself. He has a certain standard. So Vasia talked about earlier about vetting.
Oh man.
Okay, anybody give you a green light to the one thing that you want to just succeed in your life, that you want anybody for Vasir or Mo or Cornelius to know you got the budget and you can add anybody on your staff to put you in your best game, are you going to hire Mr. Sleepomatic,
I know.
the sleeping pillow dude to represent you?
But I'm telling you, this really makes you really look at
Man,
the mental
Mental capacity.
health and capacity of this man. And that's when I sit back and I'm like, I really think he is off the hinge. I am, and I'm
You
not
got a
saying
hand
that
up
like
in the back
trying
of
to
the class.
be mean or
known
anything.
This. He
No, but
showed
at
his
first people
hand.
would say it like, as a joke and stuff, but I really think he has mental health
showed his
issues.
hand way in advance.
Cornel, okay, why is
Cornelius,
Cornelius
look.
looking at me
What's
like
up
I don't
with the
even
look?
want to look over there?
Because
Why are
it's
you
almost
looking
like, because it's like, we saw the plot at the beginning of the movie.
Wait.
We at the credits. You going? Oh
No.
Now he credit.
Hush out. Now listen.
He has been the same.
No, that's
dude.
some of the Republicans
He has
right
been
now.
the same dude.
I know, but this is what I'm
Since
saying.
2000.
I know. I really just thought when some of his shenanigans in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, he's so he's so stupid." I was like, and then of course over the years as we went, I'm like, "Yo, he's really mental."
Okay, let's put some
He's
clarity
really
in this.
mental.
What was his TV show name?
Apprentice.
The Apprentice.
Okay, who did he have on the show with him?
You asking me for too much
His daughter?
information.
I didn't
didn't
watch
watch
it.
it.
I
His
don't-
daughter.
Basically, his family. And Omarosa, she was on there at one point, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Does that look any familiar than The Office right now? Even when he first got on,
The Office, the show?
I don't know the
the
show.
administration.
Oh, I thought you meant The Office, the show.
No.
I don't.
So if he picks those type of people for entertainment purposes, guess what? He's going to continue, and he's shown himself to continue to pick these type of people to create a show.
You ever seen Jason? You ever seen Friday 13th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
I have.
So when he came out at the beginning of the movie, his intent was to do what?
What?
What was Jason the slash and kill, right?
Freddy,
Yeah,
right?
All right. He didn't change throughout the whole damn movie. Trump ain't changed.
He never did.
He,
never did.
he has been consistent. That's one thing you can say about him. He has been consistent.
He has been
He has been
consistent.
consistent doing this.
We have to be fair.
You didn't
You're
see
right.
that, like people go, "Oh, I'm shocked." Why? There's no
And
shocking
see,
thing
that's
here.
not what the shock is for me. The shock is not him as an individual. The shock is his stance when these things happen that he's incited, and then it's like he sits back like his hands are clean. Hold on,
Central
like,
Park 5.
yeah.
What has changed?
This is true. This is true.
Nothing has
But we're looking at
changed.
what happened today with the attack on the Capitol, and even George W. Bush chimed in, and some of the words that he used were mayhem, and how sickening a sight this was, how appalled and
it really
heartbroken
is.
heartbroken
Yeah.
he was. I mean, you got
Who
world.
said this?
George W. Bush. He's like, this is ridiculous. We got people from other countries chiming in. Boris Johnson talking about how disgraceful it is. I mean,
It's embarrassing.
Boris
George-
Johnson is the
George Bush
prime
was happy
British,
at first.
British prime minister, and he's talking about how disgraceful this is in the
get
U.S.
it.
I mean, it's just
We are a show.
no
and a
one
joke
expected
right
this. We expected him to be the butthole that he is because he, to
Right.
Cornelius's point, has not changed. However, the American people don't expect this to be a president's doing.
Right.
The unraveling of what? Look how his hand's coming up. The unraveling of a society because of one person.
Right.
Nobody should have that power. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You saw it 4 years ago when he ran.
Agreed, but that
But
doesn't
not
mean
like
that
this.
what
mean,
happened today
What happened
is historical
No, what happened
for
today?
my lifetime.
What happened today? It was foreshadowed 4 years ago.
Agreed,
So we can't go,
foreshadowed.
oh my God, this never happened before. You saw it coming.
Yeah, that
you
doesn't-
saw it coming. And nobody stood up and go, how do we stop it?
You can
Remember-
foreshadow whatever, and you still can be shocked in the moment of
Why
what's
are you
going
shocked
on.
when the president wouldn't
Some
even?
people can. Some
When
people
he
can.
still has not conceded. Why are you
know.
shocked by anything?
There's-
the next 2 weeks is going to be off the chain.
They're actually shocked that it's actually happening, not that it's shocked that it was going to happen. It's like I'm actually now seeing it. And I've always made reference to what was that, Back to the Future 3 with Biff?
Yeah.
When he took over the world, he became the president and everybody went berserko. That's exactly what's happening right now. They took over the house.
Damien.
It's shocking that this is possible to happen
Omen.
here.
It's like you cut yourself.
Damien.
It's like you cut yourself in the ocean and you're bleeding and you see sharks around and you going, why are they messing with me? You saw this.
I'm
but
sorry.
it is something that, like I say, I
But
can't
see,
be shocked or
here's
appalled.
the factor. So you're referring to, okay, well, let me say me. I'm referring to not just the arrogance and the asshole that this man is. I'm not referring to that's not what shocks me. I expect that. What shocks me is the way these American people have responded. What is unfolding right now, that is what's shocking me. Nothing about his actions shock me. It's the people and them allowing someone to get into their minds this deeply that they would respond like this. It's like they have lost their damn minds.
Mental.
There's no foreshadowing for that people would allow.
You ready for the
don't
foreshadowing?
don't go with Jim Jones.
No,
don't
no,
go with
no,
Waco.
no,
don't
no,
go
no,
with
here
none
we
of
go.
that.
Here we go. Go
When
ahead.
we saw the militia storm the Capitol
Charlottesville.
in Michigan. Don't
This
act
is
like you
true.
didn't see this happen.
That's true.
When
That's
you saw
foreshadowing.
when you saw the young man who killed the guy at the protest, I forgot where it was, in Wisconsin. When you saw that happening, don't act like you ain't saw this coming. When you saw the things happen in Portland, when you saw all this stuff happening, we've seen it. And when what's the guy name in Minnesota that got killed by the cops?
So many people at this point.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The last
Blake?
one.
George.
No, the last one. The last one.
In Minnesota?
Yeah, in Minnesota.
Not
The
George
one had
Floyd.
George Floyd.
Oh, okay.
When you,
I
see,
thought you were talking about somebody
when you
else.
see all these things happening, we can't act like we don't see the heart of American people. They have been here. They've been doing it since Trump been there. When Obama was in office, they kept saying, "Oh, Obama's a birther. He's not a citizen here." You start seeing it, then they would call it the Tea Party. This is the same group.
So
We've
when
been
people
watching.
when people start opening up cans of whoop ass all over the country,
Hey,
are you gonna say that was foreshadowed?
Well, now because you've seen it coming, you see it
Well,
coming.
yeah.
The problem has been we've been standing on the side, and majority of people who are in that party have been standing on the side watching it happen, and they've been enjoying it. Ted Cruz, the other Mitch McConnell, they have been enjoying this chaos the entire time because
It's a
they
TV
benefited from
show.
it.
It's a
They
TV
benefited
That
from
show.
it.
is.
45 right now is
reality.
sitting back watching this on TV as if it was a production movie. He is the director. He is the puppet master right now. He's calling a shot on how everything is going to play out. He is sitting up here thinking he's playing a video game.
You're right. Cause
He is watching and he probably sitting next to somebody saying, "Watch this,"
We've all had the person in our
and then just
neighborhood
watch it
like
play
that.
out. He's having fun with this stuff, and it's at the expense of the American people.
And
Yeah,
again, with
and
the
that's what's
Capitol
sad.
building, they're saying now that it is secure and the electoral vote certification is still continuing. But I do want to bring back to something that Van Jones said earlier on CNN, and I absolutely agree with him. He says one of the things that you need to be concerned about is that we don't know what we are looking at. We don't know if we're looking at the end of a thing or the beginning of a new thing.
Wow.
Of another thing.
Wow.
And that, unfortunately, that shouldn't even be hanging in the air, because if people want order in this country based off of how things are going right now, because this one individual has had the ability to incite this type of behavior in the American people, and people are still going to carry that consciousness going forward, even after 2 weeks and he's no
yeah.
longer in the White House.
Yeah.
I mean, because to be honest with you, today it's official. Biden is president. It's been official for a while, but now the electoral vote is not going to change.
Correct.
And so, if people are going to carry this mentality going forward, what is going to happen is going to be an uprising against the people who ain't taking this BS no more.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I can see that happening. I can see it's not going to be as prominent as right now, but you're going to have people that's going to they going to flare up. But right now, it's at a sleight of hand right now. I want you to pay attention when I'm tickling over here, so you ain't paying attention to what I'm doing over this way.
No, it ain't no
So,
sleight of hand. It's gonna be just like how that lady punched the hell out of that woman that hit her earlier today. The sole black woman that was on the Capitol, and somebody had the audacity. A blonde had the audacity to reach out and hit her on her mask. She square hit her in her face. Wow. And I have to say publicly, if you see this video, you can see what people reaching out trying to hit this black woman.
Yeah.
There were, I think, 2 or 3 white guys that grabbed her, and they grabbed her kind of rough, but to me, they saved her life because they dragged her and they pushed her to where the police were almost immediately. To me, they saved that girl's life because there were so many people out there, and there were people, men and women, trying to hit
Yeah.
her. They had to protect her at some point. So I'm thankful for those guys that chimed in, but that's not always going to happen like
Right.
that.
No, right now because he's still in seat, and when I had mentioned this before, right now they're identifying with somebody that feels just like them, that is in public office right now, so they feel like it's okay for them to act out, just like he is acting out right now. The moment that he is out of the seat, I'm not saying it's going to totally go away. It's just going to start fading out like it used to, and you're going to still start seeing these spot checks. Every once in a while, you're going to see somebody act a fool, then it's going to go away for some time, then it's going to flare up again. But since 45 has been in office, it's been almost like every other day. The moment he says something or he tweets something, it's always something happening.
When people get fed up with all of this that's happening, that's when it'll stop. Because
We've been fed up.
but I'm telling you now, I'm thinking about my grandparent as I'm sitting here like listening to everybody talk and watching things on the news. I've heard these stories my entire life. I've heard these same stories in my entire life about how people are. So when you sit there and watch, you're going, okay. The problem is we're not speaking up. We're the bystanders, and not us, but people in that party are the bystanders watching it happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've all had a friend or somebody in the neighborhood that would get somebody else to beat somebody up. Hey man, you know they talking about your mama, and you'll go fight it, and you'll go watch it, and you'll enjoy. You'll enjoy, get that enjoyment. It's almost like wrestling. You get the enjoyment while somebody get their ass tore up.
Well, it's not affecting them directly right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So,
now,
that
that
it is,
it's like, well, wait a minute.
well, we don't want Trump to leave office because he speaks to us,
Right.
and that's the whole problem. So
Some
you
of them
go,
gonna have to get ready to wear an ass whipping too. They
The
keep
other
walking
problem
around
is
those-
though, this is the education system, because if you have not paid attention in this last year, it has given you the best civic lesson. Because how many people knew about the Electoral College and the Congress had to do that
true.
today?
Yeah.
How many people knew that was in the Constitution?
No,
we don't pay
so I
attention in school. We don't care enough about education to solve some of these problems. Because
Well,
all
I'ma
of
tell
that
you
stuff
up
today
front,
is
for me it wouldn't.
I know. So all that stuff, but all that stuff that happened right now is in the Constitution, and you hadn't learned it in school because you didn't care about, or your teachers or your school system didn't care enough to make sure you knew about it. Because if you learned that stuff, there was no need for them to protest. You're like, hey, man, this got to happen.
Right.
There's no need for anybody to get mad because Ted Cruz is going to do his part. Well, hey, look, that's part of the law that's put it in there. It's in
Exactly,
the
but
Constitution.
it doesn't
Right.
change the vote.
I know. So if you would have said like I did, I ain't gonna worry about it. 'Cause
I heard one of the best statements earlier today, and it's like, stop playing the emotional game and play the knowledge game. So right now, when it came to a lot of support groups, let's just label them as that, their move and they speak passionately, where sometimes just the logic will overshadow their whole purpose, and it's not ideal for everybody. But the moment that, as Cornelius was saying, that you get the knowledge in order to learn how to, I hate to use this word, manipulate or change the government or how society moves, you got to play this legal game. Read the book and figure out how, it's about getting a certain person in the seat that believes in your same values, and he has the power to turn that switch on. And it's not something big. Some people think it's like, you know what, as soon as I get Cornelius in the seat, immediately it's going to be changing. It could be those little things like, on a week-to-week basis, it's just a slow change, but it's gradually becoming this bigger picture than it is. Yes, Vasir.
I just wanted to say that you made a very, very good point about less emotion, more knowledge, right? And also to Cornelius's point about knowing the civics aspect of things. If this president wasn't the example of going to work unprepared, how is it that he doesn't know that Vice President Pence can't change the electoral vote? And he's like riding on that and tried to pressure the man. Or that Rathesberger, sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name,
Wrap the burger?
could not come up with votes. I mean, this man, I understand. I guess it's kind of like shoot your shot, or maybe what is it? I can't remember the actual term. Something about do it first and then ask for forgiveness later, or whatever it is. But he's publicly doing this, and it's not even like he's trying to learn the lesson. He's
doesn't
not trying to
care.
apply
He's not.
the
Why
knowledge.
do
He
I
is
have to
openly
learn?
stupid.
Why do I have to learn the lesson when majority of people don't know the lesson themselves?
Exactly.
This whole thing about
Exactly.
him asking for the other votes. most people don't know what the person over the electoral state of Georgia, what he does. No one knows what that role is. Nobody knows what the rules are. We just know you go and vote on the day you go vote, and you don't know about the process.
Right.
You don't know anything about the process because we never took time to learn. We didn't care enough. Now, everybody cares. Like when you look at the election in November, you discovered by looking at the maps on all those TV stations that majority of the United States is in rural areas.
Correct.
Yep.
It's more
Yeah.
rural areas than most people stay in
Yeah.
metropolitan cities.
Than we think
in
it
those
is.
states.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
majority of the country is just alike, rural.
Yeah.
If you don't stay in a metropolitan big city and do something there, you're gonna be in a small town,
Yeah.
and you don't get the resources that the other ones get.
Yeah. I heard another statement. Somebody was, I'm in club room all the time. Well, not all the time, but majority of the time. Sometimes I'm gonna be falling
Clubhouse.
asleep. It'd be hilarious, right? Somebody else had mentioned that Trump moves as a real estate mogul than a politician. So when he's talking, when those tapes came out, when he was like, trying to kind of subliminally say, all I need is this, you need to come up with this. It's more of a pressure point trying to make things happen, like Vassir said, versus getting the understanding of what actually just happened.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Like you just said, just to your point, he's operating like a businessman. He figured, you know what, I'm going to
he's not
run
a
the
good
country
businessman.
like
Exactly.
a business.
But they gave him that platform. That's crazy.
And I know. And the thing is, and this is to Vass's point early, and I think you said this too, Hirsch, about he didn't even take the time to even learn. Okay, so now you're in this, position. I don't even know if he thought he was going to really get in, those years ago. But now
I don't
that you
think he
in,
did.
do something about it.
Yeah, I
you know?
honestly think it was one of those things. I'm gonna do it, see what happens. But
And
now
he's
he's in the
probably
seat.
like, oh, I got to make a decision on that. I got people to do that for
Right.
me. Like, did he learn anything while he was there? Probably not.
That was
No.
the arrogant part.
Right, because he feels like I know everything. What are you telling me? I know better than you.
He's
You knew
one of
better
the
than
smartest
Fauci.
people.
Trump
He knew better
University
than
is
everybody.
dead.
Don't the people was telling him about COVID. He was like, COVID's not real. I mean, come on, this is that dude.
Come on.
So
He doesn't know, but like I said, majority of the people who are in this country don't know the process and the stuff either.
right.
And so that's what politicians and everybody will do. Take advantage of them. Most people didn't know what Mike Pence's role was on January the 6th.
Yep.
I mean, who studied constitutional law besides people who are trying to be a lawyer?
I know I didn't. So I ain't gonna sit here
I'm
and
not
try
gonna
to
sit
act
and
like
pretend.
I
I-
knew.
Yeah, so it wasn't important. So you go,
Even
okay, but
going
you
to-
know how to be a decent person.
Right.
And he wasn't trying to be.
Right.
His only goal is for him to be in office. So I'm gonna use every little trick that I think I can use, and the people who are in charge over the party, let them get away with it.
So speaking of Pence, do you really think that he stopped following him, or you think that was just like a
No, I think he
hacker that's
really-
circulating the information? And then
No.
the thing with
He ain't got nothing to
with
lose.
Biden and Harris on his header.
I think he did change his thing because he might not be my favorite person. It's like George W. Bush. I might not agree with him politically, but as a person, I do have respect for him because I saw him in the debate with
Agreed.
with Senator Harris and how he carried himself in that. Different than Trump. So I'm like, yeah, he's still gonna be a decent guy.
What do you mean different? Where he didn't answer the question?
Well, I mean, but
Or he was like him,
He
or
wasn't.
what he-
He
loud,
wasn't
boisterous,
disrespectful.
and
well,
butthole
no, no, no.
He
disrespectful.
wasn't. He's
He
never been
wasn't
disrespectful.
disrespectful.
I mean,
You're
he's,
right. You're right.
He's that white guy you gotta watch. You're like, they're gonna be polite, but you gotta watch him. You gotta watch them white
But
guys.
again,
like that.
Hey, what you
like
doing?
to your point, I think we were talking off air about how he handled himself because he has a political career to think about as
Right.
well. And unfortunately, he had to be tied to 45 because he's vice president.
don't know he
But what's
had
going to
to.
happen after that? He had
Yeah,
to be
he's a
tied. He's the vice
VP.
president.
Like the rest of the administration, he could have walked off.
No,
No.
come on, he's the VP.
Really?
He gotta listen. How many times
He
have
can't
you taken
quit.
how many times have you taken a job
What's
with
that?
somebody you didn't like, a situation wasn't right,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
because
You asking the
it was
wrong
gonna, It
person.
was going to elevate you somewhere.
You were asking the wrong
You would
person.
leave
You gotta
first.
take your steps.
If you was the VP and Trump is the president, you was the VP. You didn't like what Trump was doing. You walking off the job.
I'm not
Nah.
gonna side with him.
But I'm saying, I know it's a
Man,
tough
look,
game.
I
It's a
understand that,
tough
but this is my
game.
situation. If I know something is going wrong, I must look. Hey, I don't agree with it, and I'm gonna tell you everything why. But guess what? I don't own America.
But you can't
You
do
and
that
that-
in the White House. You
It's-
can't do
it's
that.
a
You don't necessarily
different-
have
it's
to
a different
agree.
ball game.
Now, you
That's
can
the
have that
problem with the
conversation.
The
politicians.
diplomacy.
You can have that conversation out
Politics.
Man, come
in
on.
private.
That's correct.
But you got to
Right.
give that united front.
Front.
the
Absolutely.
whole
That's
time.
correct.
Come
Oh,
on
I'll
now,
do it
you
in
gotta
private,
stand.
and I'll stand there. But guess what? I ain't gonna say. He gonna say,
Okay,
"Oh, Hershey,
a marriage.
come."
A marriage. We're out someplace
Mm-hmm.
and something goes down, and though you may feel as though your spouse is incorrect, do you correct your spouse in front of the opposing party? No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You might try to what's the word? De-escalate a situation, and then pull
Clean
your,
it up.
and then pull
Look.
your spouse aside later on and say, I didn't agree with what you did, but I supported you because I wanted to protect you and I love you.
Right.
But I don't like what you did.
So-
Let's not let that happen again. But in front of everybody and in front of the opposing party, you're a solid front.
So
cleans it
understand
up.
this. My definition
Okay.
of support is siding with you. Even if you're wrong, I'm not going to do that. So the people that know me, if y'all know me, and let's just say you going on a rant or whatever, and you taking a wrong position on certain things, and you look at me to side with you, I'm not going to verbalize my disagreement with you, but you can tell from my body language and my facial expressions that I'm
They're
not
rarely
going to
seen
do that.
together.
I'm not
I was
gonna
going to
do
say that they are very
There's
rarely
a
seen together.
reason.
Yes,
but
so
Separate yourself.
that's
But he
his
is
stance.
still doing his job
That's
as
right.
VP.
That's right.
And he said it today
What'd you say,
when he
Herb?
took his oath to be VP. He done. Now I'm have to.
Look, Cornelius and I, we in office right now, and we had talked about this
But we
earlier.
cool though. But most of those politicians, they're not friends.
They're doing job. They're
Reagan
doing their
picked
job.
George W. Bush not because he was a good guy; they were friends. They was opponents.
Everybody wasn't Biden and Obama.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. This is crazy. I heard that.
was-
Listen.
You were not.
Everybody know me. You was like, don't look to me. I'm not co-signing.
When
So
I
y'all
got
know
a-
I ain't got no backup when I'm in the
You
street.
ain't got no backup.
First of
ass.
all, you already gonna know you ain't gonna be out in the streets acting
Look,
no fool.
look, Herb said,
let's
you know how
get
to
that
act.
first. Let's get that first. Side yourself with somebody that ain't gonna be acting a fool.
Ain't
Okay,
going- right.
so I know
And
now. So
then
if I ever get to that position, I'm not calling on her to be my VP.
Yo, Herschel, but look, you know what? You got to appreciate his honesty. He said, listen,
That's real.
yo,
Oh, yeah.
you my brother or you
That's
my
real.
sister, but if you acting like a plum fool, I'm not siding with you. I'm not going to say anything verbally, but I'm not going to just
that
voice
that
my
position is
Right.
to balance. Is to balance. Even though you have the deciding factor. What do you think, Cornelius? I'm gonna tell you how I feel, so you can have that other voice, right?
You can
can have that other
conversation,
voice.
but who is still the boss?
I get
Trump is still Pence's boss.
it. Yes, but guess what?
So he
As
can quit.
Pence,
Has a VP ever quit?
I ain't gonna
I'll
walk.
wait.
No.
Not
No,
one.
and that's the
Dan
problem.
Quayle didn't
Nobody
quit,
is taking
and
this
he's an
stance.
idiot.
You honestly telling me that if Pence quit, he ain't gonna have a job somewhere else?
What he gonna get a job at in
He
politics?
might not-
Exactly.
It's an elected official.
Man.
What he gonna get a job at?
He is making the best stance that
The
he can
world
under the
is
circumstances.
changing right now.
No.
He's
The
trying to
rest
make sure they
of-
still eating after
The
this
rest
election.
of 45's administration walked out the freaking door with
When?
their bags in their hands.
When they walk out, he fired everybody.
No, there was
Exactly.
some that quit.
He fired everybody.
Very few of them
Because-
walked away.
No.
Bob Barr
he was-
sat there
he
and
was-
went against him and said, "Hey, ain't nothing wrong with the election," and he got fired.
Listen,
Hell,
Man,
Pence just got
please.
fired
You're
while he was
fired.
doing the
you're
electoral
fired.
college.
No.
They technically
You
got
were
fired.
told they were fired. They probably
Okay.
is like, you know what? I'm out.
I honestly
But
don't know.
the official note is, well, we fired.
One guy got fired over Twitter.
Listen.
Yes, I
Oh,
know.
he gave him walking papers on Twitter?
On Twitter.
Hell, Mike Pence just got walking papers. You just don't know it. But Mike, when he flipped on Mike Pence earlier, it was like he didn't take a stand because he doesn't have the backbone. He straight
my
flipped
God.
Look,
on him.
John West said Pence can work at Taco Bell. He signed with Dolomite.
I think Mike Pence and what's the guy name from CNN might be brothers.
You leave. Wait, which person you talking? You talking about Anderson Cooper?
Yes.
I love Anderson.
Okay.
I know.
He is
but
cool,
no.
though.
Okay.
He
They
is
might be
love
brothers.
Nah.
Look at put them
Anderson
side by
is
side.
not
Okay.
cool.
Put them
Anderson
side by
Cooper.
side. Put them side by side.
Anderson Cooper kept it real throughout the
Whole time.
entire time.
Love him.
Don Lemon, too.
Oh yes.
All
I
I'm
love
saying,
Don.
He
Oh,
kept it
yes.
real. They are.
Look.
They're news anchors. What they gonna do? Be
Now,
fake
even
with who?
even outside of that though, they're very opinionated,
Yeah.
more so than
Very
many.
good. He's very opinion.
I'm sorry.
Don Lemon is very opinionated about certain stuff.
I don't need no yes man. I don't need a yes man by me. I don't need that. I
Right.
don't need
No,
that.
you really don't. You always
And
want to have a person in
nobody
your
should
corner
have
that
that.
kind of.
That's
Correct.
not being a yes man, being
He's
just we
not.
gonna
No, but
be
in
united
politics
front.
it's different. Hers seriously.
I
So
don't
my
think
thing
Mike
is,
Pence was a
you
yes
have
man.
let's dial it back. You talking about
And I
an
ain't vote for him.
organization? Let's just say small business, whatever. Still control factor. There's a boss. There's the right side man. There's all the the staff below him. Everybody plays a position, right? It's no different. The only difference is like right now you got the one that's got his hand over a freaking nuclear button in the lives of millions and billions of people because of his tantrum.
I know it's scary.
There is a huge difference. So if
Get a hand up in the back of the class.
somebody got to be a yes man. Like again, vetting. You should have passed a psych test, a COVID test, everything test, just to make sure you can procreate and nobody else can come back and be an idiot too. There should be some levels of security for this nation that should be placed. And unfortunately, it's not there, but it's been a key point to all of our problems that we have been experiencing.
Well, I think a lot of people, I mean, the difference between this presidency and the rest of them is we know what went on because he is so vocal about putting stuff out
Absolutely.
there. We don't know if Biden and Obama were really tight, and they didn't have that. They just presented the united front.
No, they had it.
No, I mean, but you don't know what went on behind the closed doors. You don't
Whenever
know-
they disagreed,
You don't know
or
what they don't
how that
agree.
went
Yeah,
down.
you don't know
Right.
any of that stuff.
And that's how
No,
it
we
should
don't.
be. That's
Yeah.
how it should be.
Correct. It should be.
Don't put what your mama and them always say.
Trump is-
Keep the business in the family.
But
Keep
Trump
it in the
is-
house.
Trumpers don't go by that. Trump
No,
goes
he'll
by
throw you right
Right.
under the bus.
throw you on the bus.
Quick.
Or fire you. You're done. Like
I don't think Mike Pence gets the credit for the stuff that he stopped Trump from doing.
'cause
Right. I
'cause
agree.
We don't know.
mean,
Yeah.
agree.
because
He probably
I
did.
think there's something that Trump wanted to do. They're going, dude, you really can't even.
Listen,
I know.
Melania Trump is. I'm
Johnny
not
Rescue
gonna say what I
Racist,
was getting ready to say because I was gonna.
What you was gonna say? What you was gonna say?
Let me say Melania Trump is at this point she is antebellum. She about to flip the script, break the plantation, get on a horse and ride up out of there.
No.
Be done,
And
leave that
knocking
behind.
people
huh?
out on the entire ride.
Exactly.
I think she got her lawyer line.
I
Like
don't think so. I think she's gonna stay.
Okay,
I don't
another
think so.
again.
I think she's
I
gonna
don't
stay.
know.
Another woman again. Melania. The entire
Change her name
presidency.
to Amistad.
Right. The entire presidency. Everybody that had a shot of her, you could see her disgust. You could see her body language like, this dude is not right. But, okay, yeah, she made, not that she made the decision, but, I don't know if it was for whatever. It is what it is. But Melania made a physical disgust or stance where everybody knew.
Yeah, she's a woman.
yeah, I mean, she
What woman don't do that?
Exactly.
She
Every
couldn't
woman
hide her
I know
feelings.
do that.
Like our faces need deliverance.
Every
We
last
feeling
one of
way,
them.
What's up, Kiva?
Why you say it like
We'll
that?
say
Every
one
last,
thing.
every last one.
Man,
We'll
put a
say one
black
thing,
woman
but we
in
will tell
office.
with
No,
our
you
face.
didn't. And you will get corrected really quick.
Every female from the animal kingdom, from cats,
Whatever.
dogs, whales.
Whatever.
But why
Every
your neck
female
get
can
like
do it.
that, Hirsch?
Because that's
Every
what
Why
y'all
you-
do.
Listen.
What
Vaz.
y'all do.
Listen.
He said how I necked.
Yeah, y'all do that. And it's to put y'all
Listen,
point
but
to make sure
Melania,
we see what y'all talking about.
Melania as a wife, and I mean, hey, her face needs deliverance. But Mike Pence does not have the room to do that.
Yeah.
He like his job. He got other aspirations. Hey, but do what you
He
do.
got to
dog.
take care of his family too.
know,
But
man.
nonetheless,
mad.
this
I'm
I'm a
gonna be
different
mad.
breed.
soon.
I
I'm a
ain't
different
mad.
breed. I'm
You
not
just wanna
taking
be in
office to an
politics.
idiot. I'm not. I'm
you're
a
not.
charmer.
You're not suited for politics.
Oh, no, I'm
Hirsch.
not.
No,
You're not.
me either.
I'm not.
No, I
Me
mean,
either.
I'm
Well, you know what? Correction.
Not at that level.
I'm not suited for the political game. I'm not. Because I have this whole thing. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Even if it's me. I'm
No,
sorry.
You're right, and I'm not saying that the way the political game is played is right. It is not. I'm just saying that's what's in place.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
get it.
saying it's a game.
I get it.
It's
It's
about
a
to be
straight up
over.
game. And
However-
listen, as soon as whenever there's some type of election or whatever, what makes me laugh are these political ads that you see, right? I mean, they'll start digging in your okay,
Yes.
just real quick with Raphael. When the other side saw that they was losing, they had to pull the ex-wife out, and then she
Yeah.
was talking about some
Yeah, I saw that.
possible domestic violence
missed
type of
that. I
saw that.
situation.
Oh, yeah,
they
she-
started
yeah,
digging
It's
in.
a video.
They get ugly. This is what I'm saying. Like the political, it's just ugly.
But you know what? In that
Yeah.
ad, they didn't say ex-wife.
You know what? I didn't even notice that.
I did not see that.
Yeah,
not-
it's
they
his
don't-
ex-wife.
We know that,
Yeah.
but the way
Yeah.
they present. Yes, ma'am.
Listen, this is. I think we talked about this earlier, but I wanted to circle back. Can they change his dear White House? Can you change his passwords and access codes immediately? Like
Yeah,
as
we
But they
talked about
of
can't.
that.
But not. He's
this
still the
morning.
president.
It's like, no,
Listen, the
it's like those
country is
fobs.
in danger. Don't let him in the room with the button.
It's like
please.
those fobs. It changes the password
the-
every
the
15 minutes.
Constitution, and that's what we go by. We go by the
Yes.
Constitution, and much as we want to
These are
change everything else,
unprecedented times.
it is.
I know, it's
Constitution got a
scary.
lot of stuff in it that don't need to
He's an-
apply anymore.
He's an idiot.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, he really. And there's some things in the Constitution that I think are outdated.
yes.
Just like
Yeah, everything needs to be
what the
revamped.
Third Amendment,
which says
which is quarantine. Like the soldiers can't quarantine in your house.
Okay, but
Oh, y'all don't know the 10 Amendment. Y'all don't know nothing about the Bill of Rights.
I
do you?
don't know.
come on,
Okay,
Mr.
I'm
Educator.
honest
I
with
know
you.
we
I'm
know
not-
what you do.
we're
Look
not
at the-
immersed in it every day,
you know, I am
Cornelius.
immersed, and
No.
I'm just saying. that
Don't
just-
put me out like that.
because
Don't do
everybody
that.
talks about
I don't
the
know
First
it.
and the Second Amendment. They really do. They talk about the First and Second Amendment, and they know the Fifth.
Okay.
The First Amendment,
Educators.
yeah, the
black
First
man.
Amendment is the freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly. All of those things there are in the First Amendment. Second Amendment is the right to bear
Bear
arms.
Right.
The Third Amendment is about military can come stay in your house.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm talking
Okay.
about
Yeah.
the Constitution.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I mean,
so
I'm
Amen.
sorry,
Bill
the
of Rights.
Bible, the Ten Commandments.
the Bill of Rights.
The Bill of Rights. Oh my God.
I mean, we
Okay,
don't know.
Moses.
We don't know the Ten Commandments either. We don't know those either.
Don't know them. No, I don't. But see, just like Moses,
right
I'm
to
not
assemble,
built
the
for
right,
it. But the thing is,
freedom
I'm
of
not.
religion.
I'm
It's
not
all
going
First
to take a
Amendment.
position that I don't know. If I'm gonna take a position in doing anything, I'm gonna go find out and put the best people in the room to teach me and show me
Right,
how
of
to
course.
do
What
this.
smart people do.
Thank you. That's
But
what I was
again,
going to say.
that's not actually. This was funny because we were talking about hanging a TV, and Cornelius, Vasir said, "Oh, well, Hershey does it all the time." And he looked around. He was like, "Oh, okay. Well, tell me how to do." But I'm gonna tell you, this ain't my thing. But
Right.
if I'm sitting up here when I was explaining how to do it, the first thing he said, he was like, "Okay, that's cool, but I ain't gonna do it." But that's just saying, okay, I was labeled as the authority on this topic. He didn't deny that what I was telling him was incorrect. That's not what's been happening in this administration. He's been put in a room with the best people, the best minds, the best resources of this world, and he's saying, "No, I don't believe you."
You know, y'all wrong.
Right, no,
You wrong.
no, I'm smarter than you. Right.
Yeah.
He's saying I'm so.
I mean, can we?
That's,
Are
he's
we
the
supposed to
ultimate
do?
narcissist.
Can we put ultraviolet light inside the body and some bleach
No,
and just get rid of
injection
it?
with the yeah.
Why don't you stand in line? Let's try it.
Right, but everybody else is like,
You go
"Did this-
first."
Did he just say that on national TV?
Yeah.
Man, come on.
He trying to get a neon butt plug.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called the nuclear buttons.
Man.
Nuclear Imna.
So,
Nuclear enema.
Enema.
man, we
Wait, what'd you say? Say it fast.
Nuclear enema.
let's do some quick
That's what
shout
America
outs.
needs right now.
Let's do some quick shout outs. What's up? John West is in the building. What's up? Robin Baker. How you doing? How you doing?
Hey.
Who else we got up? Who else we got?
Oh, I see Cassandra.
Kiva West, what's up happening, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Happy
Mr.
New Year.
Rogers. No, Miss
Official of
Molly.
CZ. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Patricia Sparks. Art. Oh, speaking of art, this woman, she's a great friend of mine in Canada. She does some amazing arts. I'm working on getting a portrait for us. But you don't know about that. Y'all check it out.
Close your ears.
Y'all check her out. She's got, man, and this is freehand stuff.
How can we check her out?
Go to Instagram, Patricia Sparks Art.
All right. Thank you.
All of her art is up there. Hey, we got Velvet K music in the room.
Velvet K.
I
you
like your
doing?
song.
Oh, you're in the clubhouse.
Hey, if y'all don't already know, go on to Apple Music, Google and search for Superheroes by Velvet K. This artist, she is doing some amazing
Oh,
things.
that's my
Should we
jam
put
too.
that in the chat?
Velvet.
Should we put that on the
K.
put that in the Facebook
is my
chat?
jam.
I'll do
people?
that. I'll do that.
Thank
Velvet
you.
K. Superheroes.
Superheroes. This is the Kiss Radio Show live. We went off on a tangent. We've been talking about the world of events that happened earlier today and still I'm quite sure we're not the only ones discussing this.
Man,
We
I
talking about the most
actually-
supported one though.
remember what I said last night? I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm not getting caught up. I know tonight is the runoff election. I'm not getting caught up on TV like I did during the presidential election, the general election. I'm going to go ahead and turn
Psych.
the TV off. And then I turned the TV on today, and it started off with the Senate,
Right.
and then went to Capitol, and it's just like I haven't stopped watching.
And guess who
Even
texted me
now.
about all of that?
Whoa.
Me,
What do you mean you don't know? And she started sending a screenshot of
man,
of the TV. And
this
I'm
is
like, what's going on?
crazy.
So how do y'all feel about the runoff election results?
It was kind of close though.
For Ossoff, it was.
No,
For both of 'em.
Most of it was close.
No, both of them. It was
Yeah.
close. Yeah,
they
it was.
outside
I
of
thought
that-
Warnoff had a nice lead.
They were almost at
No.
50-50.
It was very close.
It's still 40. I think it's outside of that 0.5 range where they did a runoff on both sides. But it was. I'm excited.
I
Yeah.
am too.
I really am.
don't
I'm
get me wrong.
excited,
Congratulations.
man.
Well,
Yeah,
today has
To
been
both of them,
emotional
yeah.
because I started
many
off on
sides.
that, and I was just like, man, just look at this. Like, this is a great time to be alive, at least for me, because I'm getting the opportunity to experience these historical events and seeing people's mindset change, or even if it's not the mindset that's changing, seeing people become more active to make their mindset known, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm so excited. I'm like, I can't believe Georgia did this. Like, I'm literally emotional, eyes watering. And then the whole Capitol thing, it went from, oh my gosh, to, oh my God.
I know,
You know,
right?
the capital thing didn't take away from it because being from
No.
Georgia and Georgia electing its first black senator, which is a statewide race,
Man.
is huge.
Man, shout
So
out to
huge.
Stacey
The only
Abrams
thing-
In Georgia, it's
Yes.
huge,
for
man.
pushing.
The
She was
only
working
thing
hard.
that I don't want to see is now that they're in office, a sit back happen.
I don't
Now-
think that's
Oh,
gonna
no,
happen.
I don't think
that's
so.
gonna happen.
But
Well, I
that's
mean,
where
it's
we
the-
come
it's-
into play because the sit back happens when you sit back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So,
So if
now
you
that
don't
we
g-
got who we need in the office, that same energy and involvement in the community still needs to happen in order for us to get where we know we should be.
Yeah.
We are very, unfortunately, with all the technology that exists now, we're still behind the times of where we were. We know we have the knowledge of where it's supposed to be, but we've never have been in position where you can go ahead and make it so.
But that's why you participate in your local elections and your state elections. You get involved in your school board. People who are running for your school board, just don't let them go unchecked.
Correct.
No, you're
All of
you're
those
right.
things there matter. So, like all these people registered to vote, now you get involved.
But we
Yeah.
also need to portray what we want. It's one thing of saying it. We know what the other side looks like now. We know what the world of Biff could look like right now. Let's not act biffish. You know,
Oh, they're just gonna
Act
go
what?
regroup in 4 years.
I mean, let's not act a fool. You know
You
what I'm
said
saying? Biffish. I'm making up words.
I know,
But
that's
I'm just saying, if you know that you were talking about political campaigns and
In the ad,
advertisements, you know, before. There was one that they play on the radio every time I get in the car in the morning about Purdue mispronouncing Kamala Harris.
Kamala Mala.
Come on,
Oh,
come on,
that's
come on,
so
come on,
disrespectful.
come on,
Yeah.
chameleon.
But again, let's back it up. Who does that sound like? It's trickle down effect because the first thing 45s do, I forgot who he was
Imitating.
emulating. He was like, oh,
The retarded guy.
Oh, hey,
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 Special
come on,
needs.
watch your mouth.
what did I say? He was the one.
No,
Special
but
needs.
you know, like
You got to be politically
challenge.
correct.
Yeah, he was.
But
He was
still,
what?
Let's bring it
He's
back.
special.
it's that
I can say
behavior
special.
Yeah.
that trickles down. So
Right.
again, now you got somebody that is on the highest office in this nation emulating all of these behaviors. Why would I be any different and I'm a senator? You know, if he's
Yeah.
okay with it, guess what? I'm on his team anyway. We're supposed
It
to be.
is so, but you know
He
what?
played to the crowd, man.
That's my
What you
point.
do, man.
Everybody didn't play to him, so I'm happy about that. I mean, but the ones that did play to him, it just spoke to them as a human. We just got to see who they really are, because all the senators, you know, did not, you know, they didn't follow him. They didn't like kind of follow suit. So.
I'm gonna get us light buzzers on so when we got a question, so we can.
Oh,
hand
okay.
this
I'm
out.
sorry. We have a hand raised.
Yeah, so you-
No, I just wanted to say, just
Yeah.
bringing it back to we were talking about earlier, the the effects of the Senate race, and I mentioned Warnock. Something that he said that painted such a picture that really moved me was when he said the 82-year-old hands that used to pick somebody else's cotton went to the polls and picked her youngest son to be United States Senator.
Oh, that's right.
That hit me so deep.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the big picture is not that long in this country. You know, we were given rights, but we weren't given the rights. And yeah,
You were assigned the option.
Yeah, we were given the option, but we weren't given the rights, and
Correct.
we still had to fight. We're still fighting. We're not physically in cotton fields anymore.
Yeah.
At least not by choice.
The physical cotton field.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
we
what
still
I mean.
in the field,
We still in the
boss.
field.
Still in the field. Yeah,
We still there,
We're
boss.
still in the field. So when you
That's
have
sad.
someone like Purdue doing the joke about Kamala's name, or imitating our president, right?
He ain't my president.
When a state comes together and makes the change that Georgia has made, this historical change, because it has been how many years? 60 somebody? How many years since they were blue?
He mentioned it. I can't remember.
I can't
Georgia
remember.
blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was
60?
in the it ain't been 60.
Not that long.
It's been a long time.
It has
Since
been.
Purdue, and it ain't been. It's been about what 30 years. 20. It ain't been. It ain't.
Still, it's been
It
long
ain't been.
enough.
Purdue
That
came
long.
out in what 2004. 2004.
Oh, okay. So
It's been long enough.
it
Yeah,
has
Sonny
been a very,
Perdue
very long time. But seeing
Been about 16
people
16
pull
like that.
together and go out and
Yeah.
do what they were supposed to do. That they been had the power to do, but they really, really were on fire.
Right. So
Okay.
You know.
No more texts. No more calls. No
Oh,
more texts.
girl.
No more
Can,
calls.
can we get a stimulus check for
I am
recovery
so
of this?
tired of
Oh, my
responding. Yes,
gosh.
I voted. Yes, I did. I got my thing. Yes, I can. No more. We're done. We
I
won.
mean, respect to people who worked the polls, respect to people
Thank
who ran
you.
these
That was good,
campaigns and
yeah.
wanted to make sure people got out and voted.
that includes
Yeah,
strippers.
was
they
exciting.
wore. That includes everybody that was involved.
Yeah. That
worked
They
the
really
polls.
wore us
That
out.
worked the polls.
It's been about what 18 years.
Here we
'cause
go.
He was
18
elected
years.
governor in 2002,
Okay.
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 and that's when the person who ran against him, Barnes. The reason why he lost office was because he changed the state flag and took off the Confederate emblem.
Wow.
Oh wow! So he did
You got to
something
pay attention.
positive.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I got to know
He did something
the whole
positive and got
history. Yeah,
chastised for it.
he changed the flag,
Wow.
took off the Confederate emblem, and
They penalized him for it.
a lot of them switched parties. Even then, so you had the Dixiecrats. You know what I'm saying? So that from the 60s to,
Wow.
to the 2000s, they started switching political parties from Democrat to Republican.
So that's just like now, where we used to be illegal in certain states. Now it's okay.
You said weed? I thought you said weed.
I thought you said we.
Oh,
I was
no,
like,
we
what
was
you mean
like
black
weed.
people is
Weed.
illegal? Used to be
Like we was illegal in every state.
Right. We weren't even here legally.
We was illegal in every state. You know what I'm
no.
saying? So weed is and that's the
So
crazy thing.
right, but you had mentioned it earlier. There were standards and policies and procedures when the Constitution was first rolled out. But you're talking about it's. I don't want to say it's dated. The premise is still there, but there still needs to be some type of understanding that we're in a different generation now. Some things should apply, some things shouldn't apply. But so far as the Constitution, there's this basis. But then there's those little bylaws and everything that everybody adds when they become in office that gives everybody room to act a fool.
I don't know. Are those like the executive? Because I mean, you talking about like the executive orders?
Well, yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
just-
just saying like
But that stuff he
extra
get to do, but like-
policies
the
and stuff
policies
they
is-
put in
right.
place.
Constitution can't be changed unless it's an amendment
Right.
added to it. So
Well,
that
no,
stuff is off.
I'm using it as an example.
Yeah, you
And-
talking
and
about
then-
with executive office?
Office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got people's interpretation of what this policy is, and then they'll go out there and they'll do it, and then you'll have the masses follow it until somebody says, that's not right. That's not what they were trying to say, right?
Class, let me tell you, there are 3 branches of government.
Okay.
Break it
yeah.
down for
Wait,
us.
I need to
Please,
go back.
teacher,
okay,
how
okay,
many
okay.
branches of
3
government do
branches
we
of
have?
government.
Is
We
there like a
have the
branch in a
exec-
tree?
Similar to that.
Okay.
It's a tree with 3 branches. We have the executive branch,
Executive
the
branch,
legislative branch,
legislative,
and the judicial branch.
the judicial.
Right.
What about
Leg-
the branch Daddy told me to go get to whoop my ass?
Shut your mouth.
Oh, you
Let
gonna
the
get that
teacher
branch.
talk.
That's the whoop
That's
ass.
yes, and that's also a branch too.
Okay.
but the legislative branch is the one that makes all the laws.
The legislative.
They make all the
They
laws.
make all the laws.
Yes, that's their role. Is they make the
They
laws.
tell us
that-
what to do.
Yes,
tell-
they tell
They
us
don't pass them.
the law. They pass the laws.
They pass
They
the
make 'em.
legislative.
They make them and pass the
They
laws.
so the legislative branch
Make the
make
laws.
the laws
They pass.
and they pass the laws.
They set the budget for the country. They do a lot of things dealing with legislation.
They do the money too.
Yes.
They do the
Yes.
budget.
The executive branch, guess what they do?
Ooh.
What the executive
What the
They
exec-
enforce the laws. That's the executive branch's job.
Oh,
That's
they
too
will-
fast.
enforce
They
the law.
enforce the law.
So the president, all he does is enforce the laws.
That's
That's
what
what
the
he's supposed to
president
He
do.
enforces the laws.
He's
He has,
supposed to.
Make sure that
because checks and
it
balances.
get
You have the
done.
judicial branch, which interprets the law.
So the
the
so
judges.
that the judges.
Judges, they interpret the
Here
law.
come the judge.
Yep.
Here come.
So
You
you
too
got a
young
group
to
of
know about
people
that.
that make the decision what you're supposed to do.
Make the
Yes.
law.
Then
Make
you got
the
the
laws.
other people that say, "I'm gonna make you do it,"
When they enforce the
what-
law.
enforce
and
the
then
laws on the book.
and then the last people they
They say,
interpret.
no, you didn't. Go straight to jail.
No,
And they
this
say
is
that
what it
law is
means.
unconstitutional, so
They
we
say,
can't have that law.
no,
So
you
they can do that.
didn't.
make it,
Teacher,
push it.
you are so great.
Yeah. And so I want all y'all to go to Schoolhouse Rock
Go.
and
Conjunction.
watch
Yes.
and watch
I'm
what they
going
have.
on
Yes.
Photo Hill.
And I'm sitting here on Capitol.
Go watch it.
Junction,
They don't even make
junction,
cartoons like that no
what's
more.
Man, that was the best thing ever.
Dopest cartoon.
You know, you can actually
man.
watch all of those. I think it's on. It's either Netflix or Prime Video. They have all of those.
Oh, I have
They have all those listed.
I did not
have the
know
DVDs.
that.
It might be Disney Plus.
Somebody said, "No comprehende."
I have that.
Yeah, we're about education here on the Kiss
Junction,
Radio Show.
junction,
Gonna do a
what's
reset to
your
the room real
function?
quick. How y'all doing, everybody? This is Kiss Radio Show. This is Independent Wednesday. You know what? I have made an executive order.
All right.
I've decided.
Oh, the executive branch is putting. Wait, are you doing the law? You this
Yes,
legislative
I'm
part. So
legislation.
you're gonna do the law.
I'm
You're-
legislation.
Okay, your legislation.
Cornelius will be executive.
All
Okay.
right.
All
We
right.
did enforce- I'm the enforcer.
So guess who is the other person?
Judicial.
Judicial.
Y'all gonna
We
decide
gonna
on
be
everything.
So we're gonna interpret.
You gonna interpret what
So
I'm
you-
gonna say
so
that
you
he's gonna push y'all
wait
to
a
do
minute, so you-
anyway.
So you
I
said you had an
object.
executive order?
Yes.
That's wrong. That's
Why?
right.
Nope.
Because you have to make the law. The executive order is from the
For
executive
him.
branch.
No. Yeah, I messed that up. I'm
yeah,
making
you-
the
you-
order.
You're gonna make a
I'm
law.
making it up.
You're making the law. Okay.
He's
I'm
gonna
making a
make a
law.
law.
Okay.
You
Okay,
gonna
you making
push?
a law.
You
Uh-huh.
pushing what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm
they
saying,
gonna
yeah.
determine what I'm trying to say, but you
Yeah.
still gonna push it what
We're
I
gonna
mean.
tell y'all what it really means. Right.
That sound like women anyway.
Oh
I'm just
no,
joking
you
with you.
did.
I'm just
I
joking.
object.
I'm
Look.
just joking.
Oh
I'm
no,
just,
you did.
I'm just joking.
That's our first
I'm
motion.
just joking.
That's our first motion.
See?
Hey, skit.
I object.
Yeah.
We gotta do a political skit somehow.
Yeah.
Well, you see how we just jumped on that improv. Listen,
Exactly.
Vass. That's
So,
what's up. That's what
My
we do.
first motion is Independent Wednesday will also apply to us.
All right.
All right?
Okay.
Meaning, we can put out there something that we were trying, idea that we have. We already started it with the support group,
Okay.
but
Right.
anybody can bring something to the table,
Okay.
and then we can just put it in motion.
Okay.
There's still a deciding factor. That's why Cornelius is in the executive seat.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. He's in for. Okay.
So
I got the veto power.
right, I'm giving the go ahead, but you still got to get through him.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But then y'all got to decide if it's worth
Us
me
all
mentioning
doing
it.
it. Like even doing it.
I'm
Right?
like,
So
yes,
checks
you go,
and
they go.
balances all across
checks
the
and
board.
Yes.
balances.
Checks and
See
balances.
how that works out.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up, Todd? I see you
I
shout
thought
out.
we was doing something right now. I was waiting.
Huh?
I said I thought we were doing something right now. I was
You
waiting.
want to?
Well, no, I mean, but see,
Not
this is what I love, and this is why it works so great.
Yeah, so
And it's so cool. That's what improv is about.
Yes.
Wasn't planned. He started with something. I jumped on it, getting in the character. You jumped right on it. We went through it, got it, in, out, boom. It was
bada bing,
awesome.
That is
bada
Bada
boom.
bing.
improv,
No, sit
people.
right, and it was great.
All right, y'all
That's
want to
what's
try
up.
improv before we close?
All right. I mean, what you trying? Okay.
Are we
hey,
back in the support group
What
or
you
what
doing?
we doing?
What are we?
What you
we
got?
doing? What you got? What you?
Well, you interpret what I just gave y'all to do. No, I'm joking.
Oh, look. What's that? Wait, what?
What?
Okay,
No
so
comprende.
we have mentioned a couple of skits that we want to run with, right?
We did.
Let's pick one of those. Ladies decide. We'll jump in. Because
okay.
he already had it. I'm not gonna make the call on this one.
Okay, I would say, let's do.
Just start it.
Okay, let's do something. Okay,
Let's start it.
now listen. I'm trying. I know I'm the head of the usher board, but I'm just tired of these folks. They come in and they come in late. Pastor, now they come in late, and I'm just tired of it, and I don't feel like I got to be nice all the time. Okay. That's what I don't care, and I'm glad we got this group here where I can vent, cause I'm just saying, what we gonna do about these people that just come in late, and I gotta usher them to their seat.
Okay.
Why you complaining? You sit down in the back most of the time anyway. How you gonna regulate God's house? I don't.
Excuse me.
Gertrude,
Pastor.
Gertrude, is that you sleeping
Excuse
back
me,
there?
sister.
praise the Lord.
We've heard your concerns, and we appreciate you for. Well, first of all, welcome into the meeting.
Shadrach,
To
Meshach, and Abednego.
we're going to go ahead and talk about the concerns of this church. Okay. So first of all, pastors brought something to me, and I'm talking about self in third person.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, Pastor.
So pastor said something. He's talking to me right now.
Holy
there-
Trinity.
Yes, there was some concerns. There was concerns that there were a lot of members that are really not listening to the message that I bring out due to narcolepsy.
Wait a minute.
Hold on,
Pastor.
listen.
Okay,
listen,
go on. All
listen.
right. I'm
No,
listening,
listen now.
Pastor.
Listen.
I'm listening. Gertrude.
My point taken.
Somebody,
oven.
why is Gertrude here, Pastor?
in the oven.
Why is Gertrude here?
She's the treasurer.
She don't need to be with nobody. Tithes and offering.
$5.50.
What?
$5.50.
Okay. So, Sister Maybe. Sister May.
Yes.
Okay. So I've heard your concern about ushering the folks to their seats.
Yes.
What
when they
it-
come in late.
When they come, okay, specifically when they come in late.
They come, this is what I'm just saying, Pastor. I'm saying we should have a cutoff time of when people can come to church. Now, listen, if you ain't going to be there from the beginning to hear the praise and worship and everything, you just don't need to come at I'm tired of people coming in just to hear your message. They come in around this 15 minutes for the service. Now, I think that they should not be allowed to come in. And that's all I'm saying. And I got to go in and get up while I'm listening good up in the service. I got to get up and find them a seat. Now, you know it's crowded up in there.
Okay, well, Sister May, I understand and I appreciate your concerns.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to ask is,
I don't know why you got her in there.
you writing this down, Gertrude? Hello, are you woke?
$12.72.
I don't know why
Wrong
you
meeting.
Oh, Lord.
got Sister May
Wrong
in
meeting.
anyway.
Wrong meeting.
Deacon,
Could
why
you
you
help
do me
us?
like that? Don't do me like that, Deacon. You know I'm telling the truth.
Her support holes be down around by her ankles anyway.
Okay, Deacon, we got to be careful on what we're addressing. Okay.
She's supporting hoes with the church money?
No, Gertrude, that's not what he's talking about. Now listen, just because my stockings sometimes fall down around my ankles, you don't have to put my business out there like that.
We
Deacon.
all see you, Sister May. We all see you.
I'm just saying.
Sister May, yeah, there is a problem. The deacon and I, we sit up high, and everything below is very visual. So we want to, just be conscious of our souls, be conscious of our spirit. We're trying to give the word of the Lord when everything else across our mind can kind of seep in. This is the Lord's house. We want to keep it holy.
What he trying to tell you is,
Thank you for the translation.
when
Sister
he's,
Gertrude,
when he's
Gertrude,
trying to-
Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Gertie.
Hello.
Gertie.
$15.35.
Gertrude be sleeping in the spirit. So good
I'm sorry.
But,
Thank you.
but
Go ahead.
Sister May, what he was trying to say was, when he's trying to read the scripture and your hose is down there, he sometimes go turn your Bible to leg 37.
They turning out hoes
So I
Deacon, pronounce your L's.
okay.
in the church.
It's holes.
Holes.
Not holes.
Yeah, so
Even though there are a lot of heavenly holes.
I mean,
So, Pastor,
Yes.
so is what I'm hearing the deacon say is that you's being distracted by my legs.
No, that's not what he's saying.
Pastor.
Okay, we're going to have to change the subject. We're going to get back to your original concerns. So,
So
with
are the hoes contributing to the building
Gertrude,
fund?
Gertrude, put on
Why
the recorder,
do you
sister.
have
Put on the
Gertrude
recorder.
over the money?
Look, it's the first lady's second cousin. She needed a job.
She don't.
Gertie.
You
Gertie.
got, you got a case quarter?
We don't need Gertrude in here at all.
Gertrude, take your medicine so you can stay up.
I'm a wait.
Okay, back to the matter. So, Sister May,
Yes.
I'm open to suggestions on how we're going to handle this coming Sunday's sermon in regards to.
Find some younger ushers.
Okay, Deacon,
What you trying?
We gotta have the senior ushers every Sunday.
Gertie.
do you suggest that we lock the doors? Do you suggest that
Gertie.
We're gonna have a fish fry. Third Sunday of the month.
Gertrude?
Bring
What
bring
does
bring your
Gertrude-
cornbread.
What, Sister May? What does Gertrude do in her spare time?
We're raising money for the building.
She
No,
she
we're
does
not
a lot.
talking about the fish
She
fry.
does a lot of sleep surveys. Okay, so
She need a job over
let's
there with
come
the
up.
mattress firm.
Let's come up with solutions. Let's come up with wholly melodically reasons to keep this sermon going and make everybody, including Sister May, happy.
Sister May, are the people enjoying the sermon?
That's besides the point.
Okay.
They don't need to come in when there's only 15 minutes left to the whole
Okay.
service.
Well, I got a good suggestion.
What's your suggestion, Deacon?
Move the sermon to the beginning of church service.
But then that just kind of mess with my church announcements that I have to do. Because you know
did
I
do the
also
church
do
announcement at the end, though, Gert.
I'm
May.
Sister
If we
May.
move the sermon,
Hold on
at
one
the
second,
first of
Deacon.
church-
Gertie.
Krispy Kreme donuts available in the vestibule after Wednesday night Bible study.
man, if you don't get her out of here,
She got to take her medicine, Deacon.
she
Sister
that
May.
ain't medicine there.
She got
Yes,
one more
Pastor.
again. She got
She
one
got
more
that wacky weed. That's all she on. You know, her grandbaby sell that stuff over there. That's what's wrong with her.
You know, I heard that
Her
Tyreek.
grandbaby sell
I
that
heard
wacky
Tyreek
weed.
sell that kind of weed, that marijuana stuff.
Could you go in my special cabinet and get some of the holy wine for Gertie, please?
Pastor,
The problem.
Trust me, it will wake her up.
I'll get it in a few minutes,
Okay.
Pastor.
All right. So we don't know what we're gonna do with the late.
I guess we
I
will.
told you, move the sermon. If you move the sermon to the beginning of the church service, the people will come hear that, then they can hear all the other stuff afterwards.
So Deacon, that's gonna cause a problem with our own.
Gertie.
Make sure you fill out your name on the back of the envelope because we don't know who writing these fake checks. I'm sorry.
Okay. Gertie got Tourette's too. So you please remember we have a secondary council meeting on Sunday.
Yeah, secondary council meeting.
Because there's still food that needs to be
Delivered. People need to
Yes,
get
so-
their source of
So,
protein.
based off of that, pushing back the sermon time, I don't think would be ideal for the church.
Pastor, I'm just really disappointed. I'm just gonna have to come on right out and say it, Pastor. I'm really disappointed.
Okay.
I mean,
Be careful now, sister.
I'm disappointed because you following along with Deacon over here, and I just ain't got nothing else to say no more.
So Deacon and
I
we
ain't
have
got
a
nothing else.
united
Sister May, you ain't
front.
said nothing, but you were disappointed. You ain't said why you were disappointed.
I ain't got nothing to say no
You
more.
wasn't saying that 7 months ago you were disappointed.
Okay.
I can't believe you put my
So let's
business
understand-
out
Don't
here.
sit
Okay.
here and try to put me out there in the street. Like
All right,
that. You
all
were
right,
disappointed in me.
Hello, Deacon, Sister May. All right, this topic is gone far enough. Let's go to the next topic. Gertie.
Oh, good Lord, she done. Lord have mercy.
Could you grab her notepad? We gotta go.
I
to
feel
the
like
next
I
topic.
hope Gertie had a stroke.
Oh Lord, we may have to call the
I
ambulance.
do, man.
Gertie.
Could you grab a notepad?
That
We need
fake
to go
narcolepsy
on with
she
this
got
meeting.
over here.
Okay,
Notepad.
let's go on. All right, so we talked about late comers to the sermon. Let's go to the financials. Let's go to the financials now. So, like every other church, we need a new roof. Okay, there's a leak.
Right.
There's a leak in the sisters' restroom, Deacon. There is a large leak in the sisters' restroom, and it's going through the remainder of the church. So, Gertie,
Yes, Pastor.
you with us? Are you with us?
I'm here.
You want your notepad back?
Oh,
We
yeah.
we went on to the next point topic. So, financial. So we have to see. This is where we need you, Gertie. You're the treasurer.
Okay.
Okay. We got to get a new roof. So, could you let us know what we currently have in the holy account?
Well, Pastor, after everything balances out, the bake sale, the rib sale, 2 months ago when we did the car auction for the fixer-upper that needed a new tire, and the shellac on the pews, after all that,
That shellac was important.
the shellac was important.
But
We
you gonna
had-
get to it, Gertie.
We
Man.
got a whole $2.72 for the building fund.
Is that all we got, Gertie?
Gertie,
$2.
you been getting that stuff for your grandbaby.
Well, you know we've been collecting for 30 years,
You been-
and we have
there
had
ain't no way
expenses in the
to-
meantime. We
How
ain't had that
much?
kind of expense,
How
Gertie.
much was the shellacking?
it was a good bit.
Gertie taking the money.
It was a good bit.
That's the first lady's cousin that needs some help.
We got to be careful. I don't want us to be the first church on this block that have a holy audit.
Pastor, every church collect for the building fund and never meet their goal. That's why they collect for so many years, because
Look.
other expenses happen.
Our church is only 200 square feet.
Pastor.
It ca-
I'm leaving that
Pastor.
church.
Pastor,
I'm leaving.
yes, Deacon.
Pastor,
Yes, Deacon.
This don't
we
make
got to
no
get
sense.
rid of Gertie because
This don't
the
make no sense.
the church is turning into an ark.
Oh,
It's turning in because we got the holes in the building, and Gertie
pronounce
over
your L's, Deacon. Pronounce your L's.
Gertie is over here with the building fund, and her grandbaby sell that stuff.
Okay. All right.
She look like she own it herself.
Look, as I mentioned, our current place of worship is only 200 square feet. We're making square, but we're trying to get that addition. But we can't get the addition for the other 5 feet that we need with the leak.
Gertie.
Oh, my
Gertie.
Lord. Hold on.
Gertie.
Can we pray? Can we pray?
If it's for Gertie to have a stroke, I'm gonna leave it.
Well, it's for Gertie. It's not to have a stroke, Deacon. All right.
Oh, Heavenly
Bow
Father,
your head. Go
this is
ahead.
your name.
Please pray us out,
We are-
Pastor. I just
we
can't
are
take this
here.
No,
no
no,
more.
Deacon got this. one.
Deacon, pray us out, please.
Oh,
Pray us
Heavenly
out.
Father, we come to you as humble as we know how.
Yes, Father.
We come to you seeking wisdom
Yes, yes.
and how to control the finances and to get the people to come into the service.
Yes, have your way, Lord, have
God,
your
we
way.
ask that you show up and show out
Hey.
and knock Gertie the hell out
Gertie!
with your Holy Ghost power.
Give me the holy
Amen.
water.
Give her a
We-
two-piece.
We need some holy water right now. Splash Gertie.
Amen.
Jesus,
Splash
that's your
Gertie
son,
with the
Jesus
holy water.
Christ's name, Father.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Gertie, did you get any of that? All right, reset the room, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Kiss Radio Show Improv.
Yeah, for us going crazy.
I'm getting a bunch of laughs over here.
Thank you guys. Letting us have some fun.
Right.
I like the pastor.
Bunch of yeah.
So we get a lot of comments. It's a good one. It's a good one. Somebody had a really fit with the holy audit.
Holy audit.
The holy audit.
So, all right, it is almost our time. We want to thank y'all. This is Independent Wednesday, especially for Kiss Radio Show Live. We're going to start doing things different here in 2021. So it's going to be almost like sketch comedy where, you know what? And this is what I was going to text everybody earlier. We're going to do sketch comedy that we want to do on Wednesday. And in order to support the independent artists, there's going to be that closeout with new music.
Okay.
Oh,
You know, just kind of like your Living Colors. You have the fun all day, and then we feature our artists at the end. But that's
Awesome,
going to
I love
start
it.
next week. That's
Okay.
going to start next week.
Can we
All right.
redo one? Can we do a video for them?
for one of the
for the
artists.
Our way.
No.
Oh, wow. I see
no.
where this is
Let's
going.
do like let it be there.
That's going to take, that
No.
takes some preparation. So
It takes. We can do it just quickly, man. Just,
I love this.
Play
board.
that organ.
So, all right, in closing, let me get out my pastor voice. I'm sorry.
may the Lord watch between me and thee. While we
Yes.
absent.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Let's close it out. Vasir.
Guys, have a great day. Don't forget to follow us on Kiss Radio Show Live on all social media and download the Fubu Radio app at FubuRadio.com.
Your girl Mo Diva saying thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting us. Be safe out there. And congratulations, Georgia. We did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
CG.
January 22nd, COVID or no COVID, I would be in Savannah, Georgia,
I know that.
at the Love and Soul Experience, doing Christian clean comedy. Pray for me, anoint me right now
Yes.
that I don't slip up and say more than 5 cuss words.
Put the holy water on.
More than 5.
Yes.
More than 5.
We done blessed the body.
Yeah. More than 5. That's my goal, not to say more than 5. If I stay under 5, I'm going to give him all the praise.
Give him all the glory.
Give him 3.5%.
Delivered.
Not 10. 3 and a half.
Yeah, 3.5%. 3.5%. Because I tied the other 6.5 of my time.
Okay. Okay. Hello.
Work it. Me and God
10%.
worked it out. See, it's
10%.
10%. I just do different math with the
10%.
Lord.
Okay.
As long as it works for you.
And you can follow me on all social media as Cornelius George. Go to the website, jcorneliusgeorge.com.
His math is why the building fund is what it is.
Apparently, that's where the money's going. This is the Kiss Radio Show. I'm your boy, Corey DJ Hershey. My week was already busy, so I don't have anything scheduled in the next couple of weeks. Thank God. Thank God. Because
Oh boy.
I got to testify really quick. I was almost in dire straits this past Monday. I was rolling down the road to greatness, and then we had a stumble where the church van caught a couple of holy damn nails.
Oh.
Yes.
Holy nails.
Nails. And I'm gonna call it holy nails because there was a member that told me that night. You know what? He said, Pastor, you might think that flat tire stopped you, and it was for something against your movement.
I'm like, hey.
But I'm quite sure that God put that in place so you couldn't be on the road at a certain time to avoid another
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
I said, okay, church member, I thank you very much. But guess what?
Preach, Pastor.
I'm tired. I didn't get home till 4 o'clock that morning. But you know what? I'm going to grasp
Thank you. Thank
that
you, glory. You got home
love
safe.
and that blessing right there. So,
That's a blessing.
but
that's a
you know what? I do remember where the rest of the church fund went because we had to get 4 new tires on the church van.
New tires on the
4 new
church
tires.
van.
Won't he do it?
He did it. So
What
guess
God
what?
has for you is for you.
Yes. So guess what? So going back to the support group, picking up the elder family, they no longer have to deal with the boom, 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 boom when we drive.
Well,
got-
Pastor, I'm glad that God covered you.
He did it.
Crown of
Gave
his
you
head
traveling mercies, Lord Jesus.
to the sole of his
He gave
feet.
you the traveling mercy that you need.
So he
And
told
it
you to use
covered you.
our building
Praise
fund
God.
money for the church tires.
It's the church van that goes in the same.
Praise God.
But the church van just don't sit there. Never mind. We'll say it another time.
You can still have your liquor
Man.
money, Deacon.
Well, one way we had to get the cobwebs off the wheels of the church van to the next.
More new tires.
try to ride the tires.
Uber don't fix everything.
Oh my gosh. Glad that you good. Glad you were safe, Pastor.
So that being said,
Yeah.
we want to thank y'all for tuning in. We had some fun with y'all today. And guess what? We hope that y'all share it, like.
Yes, please.
And we'll continue having fun with you.
Yes.
I'm your boy, Corey DJ Hershey.
Vasir Serrano, the voice.
Your girl Mo Diva.
And your boy Kenny George.
This is the Kiss Radio Show. We love y'all. Go Blue! Yeah! We'll see y'all. Hey, remember, Mix Show on Saturday, 4 p.m. strong for your boy, Corey DJ Hershey. And then all of us are back again, new time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Kiss Radio Show live on FUBU Radio.
On Sunday.
On Sunday, and radio.com and iHeartRadio.
Happy Founders Day to men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Coming
Yes.
Saturday, J9,
All
Blue
right.
Phi. You know.
You know.
What Cornelia said.
Yes. What him say? What him
All
say?
right.
All day.
We love y'all. Peace
Thank you.
out. We're going to roll out. Sister May, can you walk everybody out and unlock the door?
I still got the usher.
Well, you said you didn't want to walk the late ones in, so we're going to put you on the walking them out.
Yes, Pastor.
All